Right. So QS and Associates CAs as a Chennai-based audit firm had taken up the following assignments for 2930. The auditor of a listed company has resigned due to personal reason. The board of directors appointed QS and Associates as replacement within 30 days. The firm also accepted the assignment without communicating about the same to the previous auditor, 811. Certain shareholders of the company opposed the appointment and later the problem was solved. Statutory auditors of FGP Private Limited Company have paid up capital of 112 lakh and negative balance of 15 lakh in the reserve, debit balance in profit and loss account. After a long discussion between the auditor and the management of the company with respect to the applicability of CARO, both of them arrived at a conclusion. So that's regarding CARO. During the year, the company has also received a few other assignments with respect to valuation for purpose of direct tax, actuarial valuation service, cost audit of a private limited company, etc., etc. However, since the firm was not having enough expertise from its side with respect to those kind of assignments, they could not accept the same. As a result of this, the partners of QS and Associates decided to induct three new partners into the firm. New partners included E, an engineering graduate from IIT Madras, C, a member of the ICMAI, and A, an architect and a member of the Institute of the Architects. Looking at the above appointment, what is the appropriate inference that you can make about the professional ethics of the QS and Associate Chartered Accountant? Right? They are guilty of misconduct under 712. 712 is regarding gross negligence. They are guilty of misconduct under 811, which is regarding NOC. They are guilty of misconduct under 812. 812 fails to obtain sufficient information. They are not guilty of professional misconduct, right? So what does it say? The firm accepted the assignment without communicating about the same to the previous auditor. So guilty of professional misconduct under 811. Whether CARO is applicable to FGP Private Limited, if so, why? Right, so the question is not, it's a private limited company. Have they mentioned about the borrowings and turnover? No, they've only mentioned regarding the paid up share capital reserves and surplus. So 112 minus debit balance and profit and loss account has to be reduced. Right, so it's coming to 97. So it is less than 1 crore. No, since as per CARO, yes, 2020, it is not applicable to any private limited company. No. Yes, since the paid up capital of the company exceeds 1 crore, CARO is applicable. Yes, since the paid up capital reserve exceed 1 crore in absolute terms. No, debit balance in P&L has to be deducted. Right? No, since the paid up capital reserve does not exceed the 1 crore. Okay. And as per the CA Act, what can you infer from the addition of the three new partners in QR and Associates? The firm is guilty of misconduct under 411 for entering into partnership with persons other than CAs, all three of them. Firm is guilty of misconduct under 411 for entering into partnership with person other than the CA or a member of professional body. So guilty for partnership with Mrs. E and Mr. A alone, who is engineer and architect respectively, but they say CMA is okay. Guilty of misconduct under 411 for entering into partnership with person other than CA or a member of professional body, that is guilty for misconduct for entering into partnership with an architect. Right now, as per the PROBIT guidelines, partner networking guidelines, the partnership guidelines, multidisciplinary firm, are you allowed to enter into the what you say partnership with an engineer, a cost accountant, an architect? Yes, you are allowed to enter into these partnerships. So that is why the firm is not guilty of any professional misconduct, right? So not guilty of the misconduct. So one question you see is regarding the ethics, then one question over there regarding the CARO, and then again a question regarding the ethics. Okay, right? So that is the discussion for our case study.